Hello, welcome back to the Allotment channel. Well, I've been invited to go and have a look at a award-winning allotment site. They've won London in Bloom several times over the years, and I've been invited down to have a look at what they've got. So come with me and we'll get there once we get to the end of this lane.
Hi Sean, welcome to the Paddock Horticultural Society, and thanks for coming, and look forward to showing you around the plots. Yeah, this area here, Sean, is when we have our show in August every year. Sadly we're not going to have it this year. We have a begonia go up here, all the cups. It's really a communal area for breakfast on a Sunday as well, and another meeting place for plot holders during the week. They sit underneath the canopy there when the weather's not very good, and it's just a nice communal area. The seats are for old plot holders, in memory of plot holders, and it's just a nice communal area. It used to be a plot at one time, but we decided to grass it over for our shows. Yeah, Sean, this is a place where we keep our wheelbarrows. We have about 12 of them for plot holders to use to bring their produce down to put in their cars. We have a forklift truck there for when the manure comes. We have 2 lawnmowers for plot holders to keep their paths nice and short and keep the place tidy.
So you've brought that out today now because you know somebody wants to use it, and
yeah.
then you'll put this back then tonight?
No, we keep one out all the time, right, because the place is secure.
Because I noticed you've got CCTV as well.
Yeah, we had that installed a few years ago, and that was just not that we have had problems, but we had gas central heating put in, which is powered by colour gas. And unfortunately they're really on show in the car park, and we thought that might have been an invite for people to jump over the fence. We've had the fence covered in anti-vandal paint, and we had the CCTV put up just as a precaution really, and we got signs up saying that it's there, so that's more of a deterrent and don't really want to catch people.
Which one do you want? Which one?
That one.
Oh, that one, yeah, I hope so.
Well, screw up with Sunday.
Yeah, I like it now.
Alright?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Tommy.
Alright. The shop's open Saturday afternoon and Sunday morning, and all run by volunteers, and nobody gets paid.
You've got a nice selection of stuff here.
Yeah, not as much as we usually have, because obviously we can't get some of it at the moment, and we've been supplying people with everything so that they can have compost and things like that, and then keeping the note of it in a book, and then every so often I give them a little card saying this is what you owe, and they pay with cash or cheque.
And do you sell like potatoes and things when the season comes around?
Yes, we do. Yeah. We do. And also what we do, we support the National Garden Scheme, the Yellow Book, and as well as being open for a day and having a big day and doing teas and coffees and things like that, so that people can look around the allotments, we also have a charity box for them. And if people buy the second-hand books, or if we have fruit and veg that people don't want, we lay it all out and people put a donation in the box. And last year we raised over £1,000 for NGS, so that was very good.
We have toilets along here which are open every day other than when COVID's here.
So members can access these toilets even when the shop's closed?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. This is our clubhouse. It's open on a Sunday for breakfast, which all the members seem to enjoy. It's usually laid out a lot better than this, but this is COVID times, so we've had to start remodelling the place. Here's our kitchen. We've got mod cons now.
And people can come and have something to eat?
Yeah, on a Sunday, and it's usually very, very busy here. especially in the winter when people have done a few hours on the plot. And this has been going for quite a few years.
As well as having access to the toilet then, people can come in and...
Yeah, they can come in here, make a cup of tea. There's tea and milk usually in the kitchen, and usually they wash up and clear up after themselves. Sometimes during the day people will come and sit at one of the tables and chinwag. Some of them change the world in a day. But no, it's a nice communal area for people. And as I say, on a Sunday, it is, even with garden members, like coming here and...
Just explain to me what those are, what garden members are.
Yeah, garden members are people who haven't got a plot here and they just pay £4 a year. They can enjoy all the social benefits, coach tours, holidays, the breakfast. We do quizzes during the year with fish and chips nights. They got a hobby club midweek, and they play bridge on a Monday night, but obviously that's curtailed because of COVID at the moment.
So this is just your site. It seems quite big.
Yeah, this photograph was taken in the mid-80s, so it has changed a little bit over the time, and it's in the far corner of Cannon Hill Common, which is near Rains Park, SW20.
So is your site safe? It's not under any threats?
No, it's not under any threat. They're not allowed to build at the moment on the common itself. The common itself has got a long history and has a big lake, which it isn't a natural lake. There's no natural feed to it. It's just drainage. Do you mind being in the film?
No, I don't mind. I should have put a shirt and tie on, shouldn't I?
Should have put my suit on.
So how long have you been here then?
20 years roughly, maybe 21. Yeah. It's a good life.
I think about 4 or 5.
Oh, a newbie then?
A newbie.
A retired newbie.
Yeah, an old newbie.
And you've been here about 40 odd years, haven't you, Bob?
Yeah,
Oh, dear,
a long time, yeah.
Found a member.
Yeah. I think my granddad and my dad were founder members, and we just took it on afterwards.
Yeah.
No, as you see, it's a lovely communal place at the paddock. Everyone will make you feel welcome.
What advice would you give to somebody that's just taken a plot on?
It's hard work. And if you're working full time, waste of time, because you need to be every day or every second day to keep on top of it. Because don't forget, these plots are 50, what are they, Bob? 50 by 25?
I think so, yeah.
50 feet by 25 wide. And you know, I've got one, and my missus has got one. So that's 2 plots I've got to keep going. So I've just trimmed all the grass this morning and cut it with the lawnmower. I've just got to go and finish it off now. Gives you good exercise, and you meet a lot of people up here.
Yeah, it's relaxing.
It's
Yeah,
a
it is.
social
It
site
is.
here.
It's a pity about all this coronavirus, because I missed my breakfast on a Sunday morning, you know what I mean?
No, it's been, during COVID, it's been a nightmare when we were allowed, when Johnson let us out for an hour's exercise a day and opened up allotments. It's been a godsend to a lot of plot holders, and many of them have done a lot better this year because they've had a lot more time on their hands.
If you could start again, what would you do differently?
Probably not have the bed systems, do away with the beds and just go for the straight plots.
Like a traditional?
Yeah, quite frankly, I'm on the verge of getting rid of all this wood because it's a pain in the proverbial.
And what's the reason behind that?
Weeds. Because you don't dig, well, I don't know anybody who digs the paths and cleans the path before. I don't mean these paths, I mean between the beds. Once they're down, it's awkward to clean them, and of course the weeds get a hold.
So you also tell me that you open it up to the Yellow Book scheme. How many people do you get?
I think it's well over 120. I think that's the least we've had, and I think over the last years they've raised about £3,000. It may be more than that for the charity of it. and which is we have like a one-way system to show off the best plots and avoid the bad ones. No, it's a nice day out there. They do a picnic lunch for people. They have a library of books to sell and some stalls, and it is a good day. Cynthia and David Hatcher run the day, and they work a few months hard to get the day going, with the support of the members cleaning the place up for people to come and visit. Every plot is only 2 plots away from a water butt, a water tank, and every other water tank has got a tap on it as well.
But you're not allowed hose pipes?
We're not allowed hose pipes. We don't allow hose pipes here at all, no, because since we went self-managed, we have to pay for our water we use, and as you know, that can be quite expensive, because the amount of water you use, they think you're wasting that water in the clubhouse as well, so it's an expensive way of buying water.
Since being self-managed, have you found that better?
Oh yeah, I think we can control our own destiny. We do abide by the rules set down by Burton Council, but we do use a little bit of leeway either side of that. The rents, what Merton charges, is a guide, and we put our rents up this year very minimal, and we don't think we'll be doing that for at least another 2 years, as we have to give a year's notice if we put the rent up. But we are below what Merton charge for rent here, because we have an income from the shop and the breakfast and the social occasions we run, and we got quite a good healthy bank balance.
And do you think that social side is quite important on a site?
Yeah, I think it is, because especially with the garden members, a lot of them are quite elderly, and it is a social hub for them, especially on a Sunday, and for the plot holders as well. Not everybody gets involved, but even during the day there's somewhere for them to go and have a cup of tea and a chat, and as I said before, some of them stay there all day and try and change the world.
And then come back the next day and try and do it all over again?
That's right, yeah. Start again.
Right then, so you're going to take me to your plot now, which you've described as a him and her plot.
Yeah, the wife is the one who's got the green fingers. I'm more or less do the digging and weeding.
But you do things in a different way.
Yeah.
Which we'll see now.
Yeah, got some lovely runner beans at the moment, but the wife likes the boxes, where I like a traditional way of running an allotment, because most of the problem we have with weeds here is that they come from underneath the path. So I try and keep a trench all the way around our plot, which helps with the drainage, because we have a problem with the wet winters we've been having. But as I say, I'd rather have a traditional laid out plot. We have a regular delivery from local stables, and this was all full up about a week ago, and it's
Can we have a look inside?
Yeah, it's with the heat and everything, it's gone down by at least a third, and that'll be boiling hot now. That, it's absolutely boiling hot. See how it's all going?
I can see it.
That's all burning away nicely, ready for next year.
So is the whole thing compost on the other side as well?
Yeah, yeah, that's all horse manure and the waste from, because we don't burn anything here. Anything which is thick, like the sweet corn, I'll chop up. So it all goes down to nothing in a year, and that'll burn down lovely in there.
And you get the manure free from a local?
Yeah, we help the stables with the delivery costs, and in the winter we get a delivery about every 4 weeks, but we're down to about 6-8 weeks now because the horses are outside and don't need delivery.
And bark chippings?
Yeah, bark chippings, we've got a good supply of that. In fact, we've had to ask them to lay off for a little while because we're overrun with it at the moment.
This marrow was going to go in for the competition.
It would have gone into the competition, Sean, but we've had to cancel it because of COVID.
Are you still going to put it on the scales?
Oh yes, yes. I think it's going to get a lot bigger than that. And the giant cabbages just over there.
Because you know what's going to happen. This year you'll have the
biggest one, yeah.
But there'll be no competition for it.
So the giant cabbages, they still got a while to go as well. They're bigger than footballs.
Now tell me about, you were talking to me about your pumpkin patch here, that it sort of happened by accident.
Yeah, this is with COVID and we wasn't getting out as much. We never got the allotment up to the standard we usually have during the year.
And also because you're on the committee, that can take up quite a bit of work.
Yeah,
as well.
that can take up a bit of time. But it was the spare bit of the plot, so we just decided to put the pumpkins there because that'll all go into the compost heap at the end of the season as well.
And like I said, your sprouts are looking gorgeous.
Yeah, they're not my sprouts. My wife is the one with the green fingers, really. And as you know, they're not going to be ready till the first frost anyway.
I can actually smell them.
Yeah. It's make you start sneezing soon.
And you told me you had a bit of an issue with your...
Yeah, I think everybody on this site has a problem with potatoes.
What's the soil like here?
It's you've got about 8 inches of topsoil, then it's London clay just underneath. So when it does rain, it's got nowhere to go. And as I say, that's why I have a gully here to try and drain the water down to the bottom. But I think we've got a lot of beasties in the ground, and no matter what you put in there, they still seem to survive. Not that we put any pesticides down at all.
And the dahlias here are stunning. Look at that colour there. Do you lift these or do you leave them?
Yeah,
in
the wife lifts them every year. We even, the wife found one what she had put in there, and it was sprouting without even being in the ground. So she hurriedly got a bin to put them in.
Well, I like this little out station here where you are growing your onion crop off.
Yeah, that's just to grow. It was built by accident, really. We just wood left over, and we just found a bit to store bits during the winter. As I say, we got the incinerator there, but during COVID we banned all bonfires and incinerators.
And I can see you've got 2 sheds. So is that a him and her shed as well?
Yeah, as you know, the wife's got the biggest shed, but that's only where we keep the little gas cooker. I think we've been here for about 43 years, I think. As I say, my father...
Do you feel as if you finally got on top of
it? Not every spring, no. But my father had a plot here, and my wife used to come and water it for him when he went on holiday, and she got the bug for it. But most days I would say we're at the plot doing something, especially now is picking the produce, really.
And I'm impressed by your path.
Yeah, we laid this down purely because we've had a problem with the wet winters, and as you can imagine with the lawnmowers and everything, this used to be a muddy path. But we had to relay the pipes for the water tanks a few years ago.
So are the pipes under here then?
Yeah,
under the path?
Yeah, and we've put a drainage underneath, and then we just laid the path on top, which was done in 2 parts.
So you told me that you've got a system down here. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, if you put your name down to go on the waiting list here, we ask you to become a garden member to put your name down, and then when you're offered an allotment, you're given 6 months to see if you like it, how you deal with it, and you can usually tell if someone's going to carry on doing it. You might have 20 people on the waiting list, but only maybe 10 of them or 5 would only carry on long term with it.
And I noticed down here you can have quite a few buildings, so you can have sheds, greenhouses.
Yeah, you're supposed to keep the sheds and everything to 4x6, but that doesn't usually work like that.
To get Beryl's taken the stand away.
Oh, she has.
Yeah, I spoke to her yesterday.
I won't be a minute, Sean. I'm just going to put this in the car.
What advice would you give to somebody that's just taking on a plot?
Not to try to do everything at once. Do it slowly, and ask, because everybody will give you advice. Everybody, you know, he's really kind.
Thanks, Sean, for coming, and I hope you've enjoyed the day at the paddock. And come back next time when Koga's gone away, and we'll have breakfast and a cup of tea.